It's been 12 days since Red Dead Online Blood Money released, and just like all new Red Dead Online DLC updates, Rockstar brings tons of game fixes and patches for older glitches, but at the same time, we don't make a whole ton of progress as usually just as many new bugs come in with the new update, so there really isn't a net positive in terms of fixes, just different problems cycling in and out. And today we're going to be talking about some of the biggest issues players have had with the game and get those problems out there so more attention is on it. I'd like to hear where you're coming from as a Red Dead Online player as well. This list of mine certainly isn't comprehensive, but these are the most common issues I noticed when I asked in my community post what issues players may have had. So if I missed anything super important, please continue that dialogue in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on today's video. And if you'd like to stay up to date and in the loop with everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, please consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on so you never miss out on a new video. One of the most surprising things with the Blood Money update bugs is while a lot of these are known from day one when the update dropped, usually by now would be about the time that we see a Rockstar support article essentially saying we hear your concerns and we're working on some fixes for the game's biggest problems. And at least that's what's been the case with the Naturalist and Bounty Hunter expansion, which was better than the absolute silence we got before with previous updates, but it can still be a lot better. And truth be told, I'm eagerly awaiting some posts like this for the Blood Money update, because as a community, we need to hear those in charge of the game ensure their customers that they're working on fixes. Usually they don't amount to a whole lot, and as you know, we still have day one issues from the beta like horse pelts and tails disappearing and appearing, saddle and horse core glitches, the outfit bugs thankfully were finally patched, etc. There's a ton of older problems that are still in the game, but for the most part, when it comes to issues with like connection and things like that, we usually see those issues ironed out pretty fast. Fast for, I guess, Red Dead Online like we've seen in the past, but still miserably slow for any game developer fixing patch problems in general. But anyways, moving on, let's go down this list. So first, crashes are back big time. Infinite loading screens are running rampant. With trader cells, moonshiner cells loading into legendary animal naturalist missions, trying to start blood money crimes, opportunities, and the contracts if you're ever loading into a separate lobby for those in any of those missions that actually have you load into a different lobby. The PS4 blue screens are back as well, and these are issues that absolutely need to be fixed. I don't know why the game always hitches up with problems like this. There's thankfully a lot less loading screens in Red Dead Online compared to GTA Online. Usually anything that's going to make you move into a new lobby needs a loading screen, and then sometimes on story missions like the Moonshiner first story mission, you have a mini loading screen in the middle of the mission to basically just like progress through. But besides that, thankfully Red Dead doesn't have too many loading screens, but the problem is whenever you actually do need to get through a loading screen and progress, you get stuck, frozen, your game crashes, whatever it is. Next up, PS4 players, speaking of loading screens and PS4 blue screens, PS4 players can't load past 50% into Red Dead Online. They try loading from story as a fix, and that may work for you if you are having trouble. That's what I've heard. Something I haven't been able to test it on PS4 because I don't usually play on PS4 that much anymore. But that's another big issue. I mean, I guess it's different than like an infinite loading screen where usually you don't see the progress bar. In general, you just see like the sky going past you at night or like the different tiles of the black and white photos of online. But this one isn't necessarily once you get into the game. This is just trying to get into free roam in general. You load up the game, you try and get into free roam, load up your camp or some region or state of the map, and you can't get past the 50% loading screen. I don't know how this hasn't been fixed almost 2 weeks later. Rockstar hasn't said anything about it, and if there's only one thing that they should fix, it should be this thing, because that just turns players off. Players think, oh, I can't log into the game. Sure, you can try it from story mode and it may work, but you shouldn't need to. You should just be able to load into online and play and have fun. So to not see that get fixed right now, as of the current moment when I'm recording this video, that's extremely disheartening, because that's just a complete lack of care and enthusiasm for fixing problems on Rockstar's part. Not like that part's necessarily news, but again, it's always disheartening to see. The next is you can't skip cutscenes anymore, and I'm not sure if this is purposeful or it's a glitch. And I guess involved with this, when I noticed this, when you couldn't skip cutscenes, the Etta Doyle legendary bounty is like completely bugged. She shows up on the map right away, but you don't hear the same, dialogue prompts from all the imposter Etta Doyles and things like that. The whole mission is just really whacked up. But anyway, the fact that you can't skip cutscenes in online story missions, Moonshiner story missions, any of those smaller legendary bounty cutscenes, you can't skip those anymore. And since it's completely game-wide, I would guess that it is probably like a purposeful change, but I don't know why Rockstar did that, because, I don't know, if players want to watch the cutscene, then they don't have to skip it. But if a player has watched the same Etta Doyle cutscene 1,500 times in a row now, they should be able to skip it and not waste the minute and a half that that cutscene is playing for. So I don't know if it's purposeful or it's a glitch, but it is definitely a problem in this game. Next up, legendary animal missions are bugged and pelts disappear in free roam. The audio also cuts out too when you finish a legendary animal naturalist mission. But the biggest thing here is this has happened less so when I'm playing solo, but now that I've gotten some of my buddies involved with Red Dead Online, which is honestly really fun. It's been a blast playing with them, especially when they're new to the game and they think that there's so much stuff to do, because there is as a new player. But anyway, we were playing some legendary animal missions because I was doing a trader sell with them and I was trying to get the trader materials stocked up, right? And we come back into the free roam. He skinned the pelt and the pelt wasn't even with us when we went back to the free roam. So that legendary animal mission was a waste. Then it happened again when I skinned it. I thought, okay, maybe if a different player that doesn't have the naturalist role and that didn't start the mission, if they skin it, it's bugged. So I'll skin it myself this time and we'll be fine. Same thing happened 2 times in a row. Only when I played solo has that issue not really happened, but it is an issue in the first place because it happens if you're playing with other people. Now, we also have an issue of randomly saddled horses all over the map. Now, I'm not sure if this is the thing. I don't know really anything about this part of game design, but on Twitter, Big Jim Colosimo said the recent Red Dead update introduced a new stable manager script, and this could have been unintentional or due to trying to fix a bug with stable menus freezing, as there was no new content added that would require such a change, and the script is buggy. And the main issue with it is when a player enters the stable, the script duplicates the horse for the cutscene. However, this duplicated horse isn't then deleted, which is how it should be, but instead it escapes the cutscene and is able to roam around the map freely, meaning each time a player enters the stable, a new horse is created, which then roams around the map. And this might seem like a minor issue, but it isn't, because as the horse is always a player horses have priority when it comes to loading and streaming, leading to hundreds of players' horses roaming around the map, each being potentially tracked by the server and taking up valuable resources, causing a lack of ambient and animal spawns, random events, things like that. Now, we also said a background patch was issued in an attempt to fix this bug, but the patch kind of sort of addresses it, but not fully. The horse is deleted after a few seconds after it's duplicated, but that's only if it's in range of the stable. And usually the horse won't get deleted because it runs away right away and it can still roam around the map without being deleted. So that makes sense to me. Again, I don't really have any background in game design here, so maybe someone can add to that in the comments below. But that's kind of the issue going on when you see all these horses spread out all over the map. That's the issue happening. We also have rapidly changing day and nighttime situations. It just seems like the blood money missions don't actually sync up with the proper server time. You'll notice this before from the naturalist update. This happened a lot when you do a naturalist mission and it was supposed to only be early in the morning for that mission, and then when you load back into the free roam, it's still the time of the mission, and then you basically need to catch up to the free roam server time. And so that's why you see rapidly changing day and nighttime. But now we don't see that server sync anymore, and so I think the game is trying to do it, but it's missing the mark, and it's basically just day and night are progressing really fast for some players whenever they stop doing the mission, and it actually never syncs up, so it just keeps changing and changing and changing. So that's definitely something that's got to be fixed. But I think with all of that said, I think that's a good time to wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing, and definitely let me know in the comments if you have any other issues that we didn't touch on today. There's definitely a lot, but I wanted to bring this video to you guys so it's all out there, out in the open. But thank you again so much for watching. If you want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube. All that said, have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.